Needed a new pressure washer. Went out last night and got one. This is not sponsored. I bought this. I got it at Menards. You save big money there. That's what I hear. At any rate, this is B brand. So this B pressure washer, and it's premium gas. It says so right on it. So I'm going to get this thing unboxed and show you how to put it together. And there's probably not really much to it. We'll get her fired up and see if I can't spray some water. I'm Roger, welcome to the shop. Actually, it's our shipping bay of the shop here. I've been extremely busy with getting orders shipped out as May is our peak month for what we sell and ship. So I haven't had too many videos out there, but one of the things I did need to do was upgrade my pressure washer. The wife uses a little electric snap-on one, which is fine for small stuff. I have a bigger one. I've had it for probably 20 years, and it's starting to get pretty weak. And I decided to not buy a new pump for it, but to just get a new pressure washer with more power. This one has it. So we're going to get her unboxed here and see what all I got to do. One thing, if you do go to buy one of these at Menards or another home store or wherever else they may sell them, don't try to load it by yourself because it's quite heavy. At least for this old guy here. But there's plenty of store personnel that are more than happy to give you a hand. And of course, we got lots of these staples. Okay, see what we got here. Yep, it's in there. And because of how heavy it is, I am going to cut this box down to get it out. So that'll give me a little bit better access. So what we got here, we got a plastic bag with stuff in it. It's going to be the wand. I can feel it in there. We've got a little pickup tube here for soap or whatever. And we have an owner's manual down, peeking around down here. Kohler engine. And this handle will need to be put on. And it comes with a 25-foot hose, steel braided, 4,000 psi. We'll get this out here and see what kind of assembly you got to do. Okay, within the big gray bag, of course, is the wand, and then you get your tips and you have the actual manual for the pressure washer. The first manual that was in there was just for the engine. Okay, the bolts and the knobs for putting the handle on are actually here where you would have your tip storage at. So I'll just take these protective caps off and we'll get this thing screwed in, put on. Little recess in here where the bolt head goes, it keeps it from turning. Nice little feature there. That's all there is to that, and I am sure we're going to need to put some oil in here. Oh, by golly, there's oil in there. I am surprised that came with oil in it. And it says on there for 10W30. Okay, to put the lance together, this is just like a lot of them. There's an O-ring there, right here, that slips up inside. And then this will screw on and pull it up tight. So that's all there is to that. Then to put your tip in, if you've never used one of these before, let me grab a tip here. This black one, this is actually for applying soap. This is just pull back on this ring. Drop your tip in there and that'll pop back up and locks it in place. Of course, I'll be using a different tip than this because I'm not going to be doing soap. Your tips just store in these little guys right here, little O-ring like things. You can push that in and it holds it pretty good. And I'm going to be using this one. Okay, so to connect the hose, you've got a quick connect on here. Let's see if I can't tangle this up. These are notorious for tangling and kinking, and has a quick connect on it, like so. You pull this back. This is if you've never used one before. Put that in, make sure that snaps back. Now on the other end for the lance, or the wand, whichever you want to call it, the threaded connection here, this will need to be screwed on. And there's an O-ring in there which will seal, so this is going to be kind of a tight fit as you screw this in. That'll give you a quick connect there. And it's the same thing here, plugging in your wand. Okay, next we're going to need to connect some water to it. Don't ever run a pump dry. That's really hard on them. This is made in Canada, by the way, if you're wondering where it was made. Not made in China. So something you should always do is what I kind of call prime the pump, and that is to turn the water on, and before you start the engine, pull the trigger here and let water flow through. Get all the air out of there, that way you're not starting with a dry pump. Okay, now I need to get some gas put in there. Okay, so it works, and I'm not going to get too wild with it here. I'm intending to wash the front of the shop, but pressure washer and water spraying all over and camera equipment doesn't go together, so they're going to be putting this away and trying to do a little bit of cleanup here. I know you probably saw a lot of clutter in the background there. We're getting ready to ship another bunch of orders, and we've always got wagons and tractors and stuff going all over the place, so just take a little break here, do a little bit of pressure washing, and then I'm going to have to get back to the other jobs at hand. Again, this wasn't sponsored by anybody by any means. I bought this, and again, I bought it at Menards. The brand is BE, and it's one of their higher end ones. It's got a Kohler engine. As I mentioned, it was made in Canada. Comes with actually 5 tips and a 25-foot hose. And I have a 50-foot hose up at the camp when we wash our camper, which I could also use if I desired to, because the connections are identical. So if you got anything out of this, appreciate getting a thumbs up. Always helps the channel. I'm Roger in the shipping bay of the shop. Thanks for watching. We'll see you on the next one.